open migration. Ugandans should not be restricted in their travel globally. And on several occasions, Ugandans travel for various reasons, including tourism, business, trade, education, among others. And when we receive any news that there is a possibility of a visa ban or blockade by any country, it definitely affects the travel index and the passport index of Uganda passport holders. Several other countries may end up also restricting applications or cautiously treating every application by Ugandans. Now, this is very concerning and disturbing. In the same year, the United States of America reduced on the visa allowance given to Ugandan nationals and probably put additional restrictions. We warned that this might trigger future and further restrictions by other countries. And we reprimanded, even on the floor as a shadow minister, I've been reprimanding government to showcase how far they have moved to safeguard and protect Uganda's passport index so that it becomes acceptable widely. Because with a better and good passport index, you will reduce on the requirement and formalities of visa application. Reciprocity has been wanting. Even countries which gave Uganda a leeway and better visa option, Uganda did not reciprocate in the same terms, and some countries opt to act. We have been demanding for safe borders to restrict and tame human trafficking. Of course, when our borders are not safely controlled, when traffickers, even when known, are not prosecuted, countries have a reason to fear that some of the migrants may not have been through formal processes, and it causes a challenge that Ugandans are investigated more, even those who are legitimately in those respective countries of destiny. Now, the question of human trafficking remained and was even made worse by the revelation of the BBC story, meaning countries cannot honestly and with justification trust an application by a Uganda passport holder. There is a presumption that either someone was trafficked, there is a presumption that possibly the holder of that passport is not a Ugandan. Now, this raises questions and further worsen our passport index and acceptability. Even before this travel ban, I've been receiving revelation from Ugandans in the UAE that when even those with visas and work permit, when they expire and they apply, they take a long time to receive a response. And sometimes when the response is not positive, you're already in a legal state and you have to pay fine, with or without work. Equally, those who apply for permit to work safely, many of them are denied Uganda applicants in UAE. Now, to come to a time when now UAE is opting for a complete, a total ban on visa application for visitors and work permit applications, save I hear for those who are already holding them, but still they will be subject to renewal when they expire. And the same category who are holding now active visas and work permits will equally have a similar problem because the rumored ban has not been well elaborated as to whether it will be lifted. I've done some efforts to contact the United Arab Emirates Embassy, but the information I received informally is that they are still reviewing and trying to understand the position of United Arab Emirates. It has also widely saturated over trustable media sources. Now, we remain challenged that when it comes to our borders, no effort has been done to curb trafficking. And that would justify countries coming up to put restrictions on Ugandans and Uganda applicants. Equally, when it comes to negotiation of our passport and reciprocity, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and our embassies have largely focused on negotiating for holders of diplomatic passports and holders of official or service passports, the green passports and the red passports. Majority of Ugandan nationals are holders of ordinary passports. It is also to record that as part of our inquiry, the time I've spent as a shadow minister, we have come to scenarios where Uganda service passports are being held by non-officials of Uganda government, especially domestic workers of some of our diplomats abroad, and some who are not even working nearer to embassies or diplomats. And it will come to a time when even official passport is in question. It will come to a time when our diplomatic passport is equally questioned. And issuance of these passports is by Ministry of Internal Affairs. And there is a presumption that for official service passports and diplomatic passports, there is a recommendation from Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Who does the recommendation? Even to non-government officials and even to non-diplomats. The way people are waiving diplomatic passports in this country is against international law. Diplomatic passports carry the relevant immunity. We are now coming to a situation that Ugandans are caught and found with diplomatic passports, but without diplomatic immunity. The two doesn't add up. Those who don't need be carrying official passports or service passports. But there is a mixture of who holds what passport in terms of actual possession, whereas the law is different. We shall come to a time when everyone is in question. But more importantly, little efforts have been made to ensure that we safeguard and we negotiate for holders of ordinary passport. Because when a passport is acceptable by many countries, where there are visa waivers by several countries, your passport index increases and acceptability of an applicant for visa or permit becomes stronger. In some countries, they even have a document called a travel document, vis-a-vis a passport. But in some countries like Canada, UK, a holder of a travel document can travel to many countries of the world without a visa than a holder of a full Uganda passport. Some countries within the East African region have a stronger passport than a Uganda passport. And the countries of the world, including the US, have been questioning what efforts and measures are being put in place by Uganda government to ensure that our passport is protected, so that these countries which rely on them to issue visas and permits are very certain that they are issuing to a Ugandan who legitimately left the country and who legitimately have a country of abode or where to return to after the visa permission or the permission to enter another country. Nothing has been done by Uganda to date. And that's why we are facing travel ban and visa ban after visa ban. This is troubling because government officials and those in power are hiding under the cover that after all a diplomatic passport and a service passport is still acceptable and application for visa is simple. They are caring less on the fate of ordinary Ugandans. And majority of our traders are equally holders of ordinary passports. This will largely affect the trade as well. Now, where we are, that now the United Arab Emirates has come up even to propose and opt for a travel ban, a visa ban on Ugandan nationals, is even a complicated position and scenario. We have hundreds of Ugandan nationals who are living within the United Arab Emirates. When you look at our trade as a country, Uganda, in terms of external trade and exports, has been trading largely with Democratic Republic of Congo and the United Arab Emirates. Actually, our trade volumes are competing, meaning that a visa ban